demonstrated like the Falcon very shortly. Somewhat outshined by the heavies, the B-17s and Liberators. It was much as valuable of them, although it wasn't doing a strategic job, it was doing a tactical job, along with the B-26 Marauder, similar aircraft. So they're forming up. They've got the Corsair on the right wing, P-51 on the left wing, and the P-38 tucking into the slot position. Sticking on an aircraft carrier, which I think was the USS Wasp, someone will correct me. And they took that carrier halfway across the Pacific to within bombing range of those B-25s, having worked out that at the lightweights they were, they could just about get airborne before they fell off the front of the carrier deck. And the plan was to get around about 200 miles off the coast of Japan, take off, bomb Japan, and then fly to China. Unfortunately, running in from your right, the Red Bull Air Force.
We're talking about the pilots in the cockpit of the B-25. We have Frederick Handelman and Ludwig Reiter. They are in the cockpit of that B-25 as they lead the formation in from left to right.
I'm sure if you had a chance to go and see the aircraft when they're parked down at the south end of the airfield, they are simply immaculate. They gleam like jewels, I believe, and just help us keep this aircraft in such stunning condition. Running around as our diamond formation, I think at this point the B-25 is going to pull up and do its solo display, and the other aircraft will then climb to height for what is a very spectacular aerobatic display to come. So in World War II, looks like a bomb door in place. Fabulous display, Freddie. Wonderful. So he'll be going off to hold. If you turn your attention to the right, Corsair and the P-51. I'm going to shut up. Just watch this artistry. Alexander's been flying with the Red Bull since 2000. He's actually their chief. Two engines. Most of the missions they came back with one of them working. It was much more successful in the Pacific, where it was a somewhat more temperate climate, and obviously those two engines at long range made it a fantastic fighter for those very long distances the missions were flown in the Pacific.
From Echelon. So Eric's moved out to the left-hand wing of the P-51. I'll try and get some radio calls on the tannoy for you now. Central gravity, because of the very heavy engine in such a light aircraft, put a bit of weight further back by the pilot sat further back to counter the weight of that engine. So we have the fine balls turning on final 2, and then we should see those.
28 zostało, to akurat po tych sklepach.
27 litres and the Griffin 37 litres makes a very different noise. And it's
Koła, koła. Koła, pokaż.
Yes, Mike, so we're about to see combat from a completely different age. So we're going back from World War II to World War I. And these two Fokker aircraft were effectively the top dog in their class in 1917, 1918. As with all air warfare, since air warfare began, it's always a fight between powerful engines, streamlined aerodynamics, and putting the two together. And this is the two aircraft you're about to see fly are the German answer to the Sopwith Camel and the SE5.
So I was going to put the radio calls over the tannoy for these two, but actually I then remembered, it says on the programme they have no radios. So Corsair is touching down as soon as it passes right to left.
Often using original parts, and so the engines are original. It's very rare to see these aircraft with original engines.
To ledwo mieli te silniki.
The second aircraft flying down the line, that's a Fokker D7, so it actually postdates the triplane. The triplane was an experimental plane for a short period of time, but unfortunately we had lots of drift, we also had lots of drag, and the aircraft was relatively slow. The D7 had 201 faster. I actually got told off before it got triplane. It's a dry deck, I call it a triplane yesterday, I got told off. It's not really had a triplane, this is the Fokker dry deck, so we call it a dry deck from now on, so they get told off. So Ricard actually built this from scratch. There were no plans, so he just found as much information as he could find back in 2006. It took him 3 years to rebuild it. He actually had an I'm sure you'll agree. Really agile for such an old